What if time doesn't exist? What if the past and future are both equally real, existing simultaneously, and the feeling of flowing time is merely an illusion created by our consciousness? In 1905, Einstein published On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies, presenting special relativity and proving that time is not absolute. The flow of time changes depending on the observer's velocity. In relativity, the simultaneity of distant events depends on the observer's frame, and no unique simultaneous now can be defined across the entire universe. And here's where a crucial question emerges. If time is relative, what is this flow of time we experience? Is it a physical reality or an illusion constructed by consciousness? Today, let's explore the nature of time, the relativity of time revealed by relativity theory, the non-reality of time suggested by quantum mechanics, and the arrow of time taught by thermodynamics. By the end of this video, you'll realize that the now you take for granted is, in fact, a remarkably strange concept. Chapter 1. The Relativity of Time. Let's start with our everyday intuition. We feel that time flows at a constant rate. That 1 second is always 1 second. But is this really true? What if the flow of time differs depending on the observer? Einstein's special relativity teaches us something extraordinary. Time for an object moving near the speed of light passes more slowly than for a stationary object. This is not a metaphor. This is physics. In 1971, the Hafele-Keating experiment proved this. Atomic clocks were placed on airplanes and flown around the Earth, and compared to clocks on the ground, tiny discrepancies of a few hundred billionths of a second appeared. Eastward flights showed delays of tens of nanoseconds. Westward flights showed advances of hundreds of nanoseconds, consistent with relativistic predictions. Even more astonishing, gravity also affects time. According to Einstein's general relativity, the stronger the gravity, the slower time flows. Near a black hole's event horizon, in the coordinate time of a distant observer, an infalling object appears to slow down dramatically due to redshift, seeming to take infinite time to reach the horizon. Meanwhile, in the infalling observer's proper time, they cross the horizon in finite time. This isn't just theoretical. For GPS satellites, if we didn't correct for time differences due to gravity and velocity, satellite clocks would drift roughly 38.5 microseconds per day compared to ground clocks, potentially causing positioning errors of about 7 miles, roughly 11 kilometers per day. Relativity is at work inside your smartphone. And in cutting-edge research from the 2020s, using ultra-precise optical lattice clocks, scientists have demonstrated that time changes with height differences of just a few centimeters, simply by climbing a single step. The warping of time exists not only in the cosmos, but right here in your room. Consider this for a moment. If time differs depending on the observer, then there is no now shared across the entire universe. Your now and the now of a distant galaxy are not the same. Time, like space, is relative. In other words, time is not an absolute reality, but something that emerges from the relationship between observers and matter. But this creates an even deeper mystery. So what is the true nature of time? Let's dig deeper. Chapter 2. The Block Universe Perspective. What relativity shows us is that time and space cannot be separated. They are unified, forming a four-dimensional structure called space-time. What does this mean? If time is a dimension like space, where are the past and future? One interpretation compatible with relativity is the block universe, or eternalism, a view that regards past, present, and future as equally real. They are eternally inscribed within a four-dimensional block of space-time. However, this isn't the only philosophical stance. Physicist Carlo Rovelli, in his popular writings, has explored the possibility that our sense of flowing time and the privileged status of the present may not appear directly in fundamental physics. Perhaps the universe has no creation or destruction, only existence. In 1955, when his close friend Michel Bessot died, Einstein wrote to the bereaved family. He wrote that for physicists, the distinction between past, present, and future, however persistent, is merely an illusion. From the block universe perspective, he understood even death in a different way. Let's think about what this means. If the block universe is correct, Your birth, this moment, and your death all exist simultaneously. The sensation of flowing time is merely the result of our consciousness slicing through the four-dimensional block. Just as all frames of a film exist simultaneously, the entire history of the universe exists simultaneously. Physicist Julian Barber has proposed an approach that reframes time not as a fundamental flowing entity, but as configurations of states and their correlations. While many standard theories use time as a variable, this raises the question that in more fundamental theories, time may be derivative. But here's where a paradox emerges. If the past and future both exist simultaneously, why do we feel that time is flowing? Why do we feel that the past cannot be changed and the future is uncertain? The key to resolving this paradox lies in what we'll examine next, the arrow of time. So let's explore where this sensation of flowing time comes from. Chapter 3, The Arrow of Time and the Mystery of Consciousness. If time has no directionality, why do eggs break but never reassemble? Why does milk mixed into coffee never separate again? The answer to this question is the second law of thermodynamics. In an isolated system, entropy tends to increase and at least does not decrease. Local ordering can occur, but only by producing greater entropy increase in the surroundings. This creates the arrow of time. In the 19th century, Austrian physicist Ludwig Boltzmann defined entropy statistically. Disordered states vastly outnumber ordered states. Therefore, systems tend toward disorder. But here lies a profound mystery. Physical laws themselves are time-symmetric. At the microscopic level, past and future are not distinguished. In many situations, the time evolution of the Schrödinger equation can be treated in a way compatible with time reversal. Einstein's relativity also does not specify a direction of time. In fundamental physical laws, there is no arrow of time. Moreover, in recent years, in the context of quantum gravity and quantum information, research is active on the idea that time may not be a fundamental variable, but rather emerges from correlations in information. However, there's no definitive answer, and what time is remains an ongoing question. So why does time have directionality in the macroscopic world? This is one of the deepest mysteries in physics. Physicist Roger Penrose has offered one answer. The universe began in an extremely low entropy state at the Big Bang. This special initial condition is what created the arrow of time. And in recent physics, there's even the bold hypothesis being discussed that time may be an illusion arising from quantum entanglement. Cutting-edge quantum research is attempting to reach the very origin of time itself. And here's where the deepest question emerges. If physical laws contain no arrow of time, is the flow of time we feel a product of consciousness? Memories of the past, perception of the present, anticipation of the future, do these create the illusion we call time? If the block universe is correct, there is no special moment called now. Everything exists equally. Physicist Sean Carroll, in his writings, explains the arrow of time through entropy and the initial conditions of the universe, while suggesting that the experience of flow we feel may involve cognitive and informational aspects. The flow of time may not be an objective property of the universe, but a subjective experience created by our memory and consciousness. What if we could stand outside of time? What if we could see the entire history of the universe at once? There would be no flow, only existence. The nature of time is one of the deepest mysteries physics can reach, and the answer is inseparable from understanding consciousness itself. Let's organize what has emerged from this exploration. Chapter 4, The World Revealed. Now, today we've deeply explored the nature of time. What relativity taught us is that time is not absolute. And the block universe theory suggested the possibility that past and future exist simultaneously. But at the same time, a striking gap with our everyday experience became clear. Let me summarize the world that has emerged from today's exploration. First, time is relative and varies depending on the observer. As Einstein's relativity proved, if you move near the speed of light, time slows down, and in strong gravitational fields, time nearly stops. The simultaneity of distant events depends on the observer, and a now, shared across the entire universe, cannot be defined. Second, past, present, and future may exist simultaneously as a four-dimensional block. According to the block universe theory, eternalism, the entire history of the universe is a four-dimensional structure eternally inscribed. Your birth, this moment, and your death all exist simultaneously. There is no creation or destruction, only existence. Third, the sensation of flowing time may be an illusion created by consciousness. Fundamental physical laws contain no arrow of time. Past and future are symmetric. The flow of time we feel may be a subjective experience, generated by memory and consciousness. When these three insights are integrated, an astonishing vision of reality emerges. Time is not the absolute reality we thought it was, but rather a dimension like space, something deeply connected to consciousness. Through this exploration, I feel a deep sense of awe. The now we take for granted may, in fact, not be special from a physics perspective. The everyday sensation of flowing time may not be an objective property of the universe, but a subjective experience created by our consciousness. We still don't have answers to questions this fundamental. And at the same time, I feel humility. The more physics unravels, the deeper the mystery of the relationship between consciousness and time becomes. Finally, I want to ask you, if time is an illusion, what does our free will mean? If all events already exist within the four-dimensional block, are our choices truly creating the future? These questions still have no answers, but continuing to ask them is what moves us forward. Understanding the nature of time is inseparable from understanding the nature of consciousness and the nature of existence. After you finish this video and return to everyday life, I want you to be slightly more aware of the now you're experiencing, of how memories of the past create the sensation of flowing time, and if time is an illusion, how you should live this moment. Thinking about time is thinking about existence, and it's also thinking about how you experience this moment. Please share your insights in the comments. Your questions are what propel this channel forward. I'm grateful you've accompanied me on this intellectual journey to the end. We've explored a realm where physics and philosophy intersect, the nature of time. Mindshift is a channel that continues to pursue such fundamental questions. If you found value in this exploration, please subscribe and continue this journey with me. Next time, I have another question prepared that will shake your worldview. Until then, see you next time.